goodies later. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, especially those who contributed to this. It's been a real help. I've been kicking around the idea of this for quite a while, and I recently learned that there used to be an Armorers Guild for this area in the past, and it kind of fizzled out. So hopefully with the help of existing members from that, we'll be able to keep this going. The focus of this is to get people together from different areas, different groups, different focuses. I know SCA Armorers kind of hang out with SCA Armorers, and the Living History folks kind of hang out with Living History folks, and the LARC folks, they're off on their own too. But we're all interested in the same thing, which is medieval armor. With any luck, we'll be able to pull together a good group of constant resources. One thing that I think the research group here should be focused on is dedicated to researching the knowledge of members and the public in areas of medieval armor study. One thing that caught my eye about a year ago is the library here out in the display case had an authentic medieval armor display, and it was absolutely horrible SCA armor. It was probably, a lot of it was from back in the 70s, early 80s, from what I saw. And I'm really hoping that we could help the libraries and schools in the area learn more toward, or lean more towards a research, more accurate focus. By providing an academic and hands-on approach to learning. I know some people here have shown interest in hands-on, so hopefully that'll be, and quite possibly that could be the next gathering of this type. Focusing on patterning, techniques, research, discussion, theories, and tools. A lot of folks, and I know I did for a very long time, focus on one little area of research or one little source of research. I would have, when I started with armoring, it was learning from one individual. That individual was very knowledgeable, but had learned inaccuracies. And it wasn't until I started talking to other people and learning from other people that I was able to pull out more accurate knowledge. So by combining everyone's knowledge, I'm really hoping that we'll be able to come up with a very good focus, a very good source for other people to learn from. A goal would be to focus on presentations, lectures, discussions, show and tell. Doug Strong was kind enough to bring in his, I can't even talk today. I was up late last night.
Excuses.
Yeah, oh, they are. Oh man, I left my coffee at home too. He was kind enough to bring in his museum, or pieces from his museum, mostly focused on armor. And I'm sure he'll go through those later. What are the benefits of hanging out with us? One, it's free. So far, everyone has volunteered their time, which is excellent. I've focused recently on relationships with local businesses, two of which, and the two primary, are Centaur Forge and the Leather Factory. I've worked with them for about 2 or 3 years now personally, and they were more than happy to assist with our efforts here. The Leather Factory donated some leather and other goodies for giveaways, and Centaur Forge gave us t-shirts as well as cups to give away, nice ceramic mugs. I would like to, if this continues, keep a virtual catalog through a webpage of presentations, information, video, now that we have digital video. Thank you very much. So that people who couldn't make it or live too far away will be able to actually benefit from what we two folks were unable, who I was really hoping could make it, wanted to come down from Canada to visit us. Why they would want to fly all the way to Canada to listen to me, I have no idea. But they were unable to make it, they were forced to stand by, so that was kind of a bummer. Personal and professional networking of guild members and businesses, again, focusing on business relationships and furthering relationships, meeting new people from the area and different focuses. Much more as we mature. Through a website, which I'm hopefully going to get up sometime this fall after I move into my new house. We'll be focused on organizing and planning arbor-ins, study and lecture sessions, kind of like what we're having now, and show and tell. Again, we're doing that today also. Calendar of local arbor and metalworking related events. There's numerous groups in the area, both professional and amateur and academic, that get together and discuss armor and history related. But they kind of stay within their individual groups. Again, the LARP groups, the Living History, the Live Swordplay, the SCA. Hopefully by cross-referencing events and meetings and happenings, we'll be able to provide more of a focus towards the armory. I can't even talk to you. Sorry about that. I sincerely apologize. We have a schedule for today. It's probably going to be kind of loose and free-flowing, but there is what we have. I was unable to get my presentation done, and so I will not be up there, as well as Kat. So we'll have to rely on probably Doug to fill in some time, as well as, I'm sure Tom can talk a lot. So we'll work it out. And if we could go around and do a introduction throughout the room with individuals, I'd really appreciate it.
Well, I'll start then. I'm Chuck Davis, and I'll ask when you know me. Yeah, I know this person did. A lot of people know me in the SCA as Cat Wallen or Cat. If you see on our archive, I post up there as Chuck Davis. Another thing I was going to just mention too is that if people have shops and are holding open shops, we should publish that type of information. Now, I'm up in Milwaukee, and I have an open shop night every Tuesday. It gets a little crazy because we have a lot of college students. We have like 20 people, and I have a lot of people here from the shop who just do traffic control. But yeah, we should like get that up there too. You know, if people want to come and learn, and there's other opportunities if people want to come up to the shop. We can make like a weekend if you're far away or something like that. So other than that, it's a great team. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Eric Toland. I was past of Valerius Armories. It's great to be here. Glad to see it going.
Hi, I'm Russ Alston. I post on the archive as Just Madness, so I know some of you from there. And I'm just learning like most of the people here. So yeah, it should be fun.
I'm just starting out making this stuff, but I think I've got two very good teachers. You Merrill is going to be medical teaching at certain things too.
Hi, I'm Randall. Some of you know me as the guy who did the CAD drawings for the Burka plate, and some of you have no clue who the hell I am. So I do.
Hi, Randall.
Hi. Right now I'm doing a lot of work with pommels and peons and more period stuff for SCA combat. Also working with some armoring projects that I have to make more headway with. So,
Are these your work?
yes.
I'm Jim Sherrod. I'm just basically starting out with armory. I have a background in SCA. I've been playing about 10 years. the school also. So, getting started.
My name is Jim Julian. I'm kind of interested in this from a finance point of view, along with sort of Blake Gill and a number of other fellows that are here. So, good to meet you all.
Rob Cam, everything he said.
Is that why you made him go first?
Oscar Swift, ditto. My armoring experience consists of setting 2 rivets, so.
He's no longer a virgin.
And Scott Baltic, I was an active SCA member about 20, 25 years ago, and I'm getting interested in armor again from being with these guys, members of the WMA group, Chicago Circuit Guild. As the communications officer for the Guild, I'm bound to point out that we have some introductory longsword and rapier classes starting soon. There's brochures up there. If you're interested, or if you know someone who might be interested, pass those along. We're really trying to get a critical mass of people taking these intro courses. End of commercial.
I'm Tom Warner. Right now I go to Purdue University, and over the summer I worked with Brian in the shop, and he duped me into speaking Spanish.
That's what you get for coming over to my place.
I'm Keith Chadwick, known in the SCA as Austin. I'm just here.
And our now official cameraman.
That's right. Technology coordinators.
There you go. We'll give you a title.
Doug Strong. I post on the Armor Archivist Talbot. I make armor. I research armor. I'm really into 14th century armor. So
He's writing a book.
hopefully next summer will be out. I brought a lot of pictures. So
And
if there's time to fill, I brought tons and tons of pictures of 14th century armor. So something we really didn't do, and I was hoping we could do, is tell people where we're from. Since we're sort of Midwest, that's a pretty big idea. So I'm from right here. I live about 5 minutes from this library, so this is fairly local. I rolled out of bed and made this across the street.
I live across the street.
Well, you really cheated.
Yeah, I really cheated. I was like, where can I get up at 9 and be there by 9:30?
Yeah, but you got the rules, so really, you get to cheat them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
that's fair. So I think maybe we should, from here on, tell people where we're from, and then go back and hit people we've
I
met.
think that whole table up front is Milwaukee.
Except for the 2 end ones there.
Yeah, further north, Sheboygan.
I'm on this middle group.
North Aurora,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Glen Ellen.
Plainfield.
I'm Jamie from Northern Illinois, just in the middle of the state. My armoring experience consisted mostly just chainmail, getting started in early some more of that lately. But I'm more interested in making some of the plate armor and things like that.
My name is Brian Ashby. I'm kind of in a unique area between Chicago, Milwaukee, and Burlington. I've been doing this armory gig for probably about maybe 7 or 8 months now. It's actually part of my degree on history and philosophy major, so something I've been really interested in. I've been building armor with Brian and Tom and Keith here for the full 8 months I've been doing it. But this is something that I've been planning to do as an ongoing experience.
Keith Williams from the Woodstock area, if you happen to know where that is. Been the SCA again for about a year now. Been armoring with him for about that long. Been doing mail for about 10 years. Got a little bit more experience than him armoring. Got about half a dozen projects.
Is there a such thing as a completed project?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Willis Nance from Springfield area, Jacksonville. I don't really have experience.
We can fix that.
I'm Cindy Hans. I'm Willis's mother.
Yeah, Calvin Hanson. We started out going to some at Eagle festivals and some SCA events, more or less was family stuff. And we've met some very nice people in the last few years. We're glad our son's there. Let's do that.
I'm Kylie Needham from Waukegan. My interest in armor started from costuming because I worked at the Bristol Renaissance Fair for several years. However, I have just completed a set of the Roman-style Lorica segmentata in 24-gauge aluminum.
Did you bring it?
Yes. It's very shiny.
I'm Barry. I'm also in Waukegan. I started out just playing around with chainmail in the hopes of someday joining one of the suspicious groups around here. Never got around to that, but I now made t-shirts, some other pieces, and helped her with her segmentata.
My name's Craig Pindy. I'm from Glenview, but my shop, or whatever you want to call it, is up the road outside of Lake Phillip. I'm more famous for guitars and that kind of thing than anything else. However, I do museum repros of a bunch of different things, too many things to mention. And I was roped into this by Rick Clance from Centaur. So, you know him, you know how I got roped into it. But I look forward to talking with many of you. Thanks.
And Rick will be here later, you mentioned.
Yes, I think.
So you can talk to Rick about all sorts of tools and goodies from Centaur.
My name is John Allen. I'm the archive. I'm known as Conrad the Man in the SCA. Came here from South Bend, Indiana. Been armoring for about 3 years, been in the SCA for 3 years.
A couple of things to mention. The bathrooms are right through the main doors, and then hook a sharp left. There's also water fountains. Unfortunately, we couldn't have refreshments or beverages here, which is one of the shortcomings of having it here, so we'll look elsewhere in this area for future events. Feel free to look through any books. There's a couple of very decent books here that people have been kind enough to bring. The Mayo Research Society has published a journal a couple of weeks ago, and it is fabulous. Eric Schmidt, who's in charge of research, he sent a couple of copies off for us to be sold at $10 a piece, vice the 16 plus shipping that you'd have to get it from him. So if you want one, just pay me $10 and take one home. Like I said, we'll have giveaways. We have some show and tell, personal projects, as well as actual extant examples. And without any further ado, if no one has any questions, we'll pass it off to Aaron.
Very good.